Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm making Scott from Rats SMP Season 1.
I'm Scott. I never introduced myself. Hi.
For those who don't know, Rats SMP is a series where a colony of rats, played by a cast of content creators, move into the attic of a large mansion and have to survive while avoiding humans, cats and plenty of other dangers. Scott is basically the colony's farmer rat, helping to grow food in the attic to help keep everyone fed. So let's get started. I started by cutting up some clay and scrunching together some tinfoil for the base. I then covered the foil with thin layers of clay. I pre-made some glass eyes and pressed them into the head. I've been loving the style recently where the eyes are realistic but everything else is very stylized. The noses are always a trust the process moment. I decided to make the ears out of clay. I normally use felt, but I wanted to try something different. Even though everything I added just made their head heavier and more likely to fall over. It was a risk I was willing to take though, and I'm very happy with how the ears turned out. Next I made some tiny paws from little blobs of clay and shaped them with my clay tools. I went for a similar style to Luma's paws in the back there. And with the background change, it was time for painting. I went with a light beige for the base coat, and then onto a 30-second painting montage. Then I painted the nose a light pink and somehow managed to block the whole process with my hand. Good job, me. I painted the inside of the ears pink too, then dry brushed around the edges to soften the lines. Then I glazed everything, the head with a matte glaze and the nose and ears with a glossy glaze. I'm hoping that if I keep using this plastic bowl every time I glaze a doll, one day it will be completely filled up with layers of dry glaze. Maybe I'll even be able to get it out of the bowl and see every single layer from all my projects. The armature was a bit of a faff to film because my workspace is weirdly cramped, but I did manage to get the quilt padding on camera. I decided to use the same fabric I used for Owen and Shelby from my Vampires SMP video because the colours matched the clay so well, even though I didn't actually plan it that way. Now for the sewing, and honestly I don't really know what to say during this bit, so I'm just going to let the chill music take over. Next I need to dye some fur for his hair. I used a mix of navy blue and glittery teal paint, and I was really happy with how it turned out, even if my hands did end up turning bright blue. Then I glued it onto the head and used the hairdryer to dry it completely. Next I made some tiny clay flowers for his hat. I actually took a fondant sculpting class years ago where we learned how to make flowers, and it turns out the same technique works surprisingly well with clay. They were incredibly fiddly to paint though. I sewed together a hat with some thick felt, and thanks to the power of editing, all the flowers magically appeared on it. As I said, magical. Huge shout out to Pokemon for helping me sew this. Sewing machines are definitely not my strong point. She basically upcycled a tiny pair of toy shorts into a pair of dungarees, and even added a real working pocket. I say this every time, but I think this might be my favourite doll I've ever made so far. After adding a few final details, it's time for the final montage.
I wish that I was a little